The digital reset, how $37 trillion could vanish into the crypto cloud. 1. The warning no one expected. At the Eastern Economic Forum, one of Vladimir Putin's senior advisors, Anton Kobakov, accused the United States of planning the most radical financial maneuver in modern history, a digital debt reset. According to Kobakov, America intends to shift its $37 trillion debt into a blockchain-based system built on crypto and stablecoins. Not by default, not by printing more dollars, but by digitally erasing its debt through devaluation. So what does that actually mean? It means the world's reserve currency could quietly mutate into a crypto-based ecosystem, a place where inflation, not bankruptcy, wipes the slate clean. Footnote. This section introduces the geopolitical claim that the US could digitize and devalue its debt using crypto-backed systems. 2. The old trick, new tool. America's been here before. In the 1930s, it seized gold and reset the system. In the 1970s, Nixon ended the gold standard. In both cases, debt vanished at the expense of savers worldwide. This time, the tool isn't gold or paper. It's crypto and stablecoins. Imagine the US creating a digital dollar cloud, issuing new tokens backed by treasuries, and transferring its debt into that system. Once inside, inflation quietly eats it away, globally. So what does that actually mean? The US could export inflation digitally. Every foreigner holding a dollar-backed token pays part of America's debt bill without even realizing it. Footnote. This section compares digital debt revaluation to historical monetary resets, showing continuity in US debt management strategy. 3. The stablecoin Trojan horse. Tether, USDT, and Circle, USDC, now move billions daily, backed by US Treasuries, America's own IOUs. Each token in use abroad indirectly funds the US deficit. When Brazil, Nigeria, or Europe transact in stablecoins, they're injecting liquidity into US debt markets. Inflation then becomes a global tax. It's not just your grocery bill going up, it's everyone's. So what does that actually mean? Stablecoins are the digital carriers of American debt. The US borrows, the world absorbs the inflation, and the system looks stable, until it's not. Footnote. This section reveals how stablecoins act as digital transmitters of US inflation and debt exposure to global users. 4. The audit illusion. Can we even prove stablecoins are fully backed? Tether's reserves have faced repeated scrutiny. Circle's audits are domestic and unaudited internationally. Trust, once again, hinges on US self-certification. Remember 1971? Nixon promised every dollar was backed by gold, until it wasn't. The same trust us model could now apply digitally. So what does that actually mean? The next rug pull might not come from Wall Street, it might come from Washington's blockchain. Footnote. This section warns that opaque reserve auditing allows the digital replication of 1971's gold standard reversal. 5. The private cover story. If the US government openly adopted crypto, the world would panic. So instead, it lets private companies do the groundwork. MicroStrategy becomes a Bitcoin treasury. Tether and Circle expand stablecoins globally. Big Tech, Apple, Meta, test digital wallets. When the network matures, regulators step in, absorb it, and rename it Progress. Classic move, let the market innovate, then nationalize success. So what does that actually mean? The crypto frontier isn't rebellion, it's a government beta test with better branding. Footnote. This section explains how private firms serve as proxies for government-led monetary innovation. 6. The global counterstrike. Meanwhile, Russia, China, and BRICS nations are buying record amounts of gold, developing payment systems outside the dollar, and hoarding commodities. They see what's coming, a digital dollar designed to outlast them. Their response is physical, gold bars over digital bytes. The US builds a cloud empire, its rivals build vaults. So what does that actually mean? The world is splitting into two monetary systems, one backed by data, the other by matter. Footnote. This section highlights the geopolitical divide between digital dollar adoption and tangible asset accumulation. 7. The Financial Cold War. This isn't a conspiracy. It's Financial Cold War 2.0. The US weapon is digital, stablecoins, Bitcoin proxies, and blockchain regulation. The rival weapon is physical, gold, yuan, and BRICS trade systems. Each side fights for one thing: control of settlement. Whoever controls how the world pays, controls the world. So what does that actually mean? The dollar's next empire may not be physical at all, it may be code. Footnote. This section frames the emerging monetary conflict as a digital versus physical power struggle for global settlement dominance. 8. The 4-step protection plan. Diversify. Cash melts under inflation. Balance with gold, real estate, or crypto exposure. Own hard assets. Central banks are hoarding gold for a reason. Understand crypto mechanics. Not hype coins, foundational assets like Bitcoin or regulated stablecoins. Fix your credit and debt. The next system will reward those with leverage and punish those with liabilities. So what does that actually mean? You can't control the reset, but you can refuse to be collateral damage. Footnote. This section provides actionable strategies for financial positioning during systemic monetary transitions. 9. The Quiet Reset. Whether by design or necessity, the US is preparing to digitize its debt and export its inflation. Stablecoins are the vehicle. Blockchain is the highway. The world is already on board, it just hasn't read the fine print. So what does that actually mean? The $37 trillion reset won't happen overnight. It's already happening, quietly, transaction by transaction. Footnote. This section concludes that America's digital debt revaluation is an ongoing process masked as innovation.